rumors swirling about his job. LSU coach Les Miles leads his team into Tiger Stadium. On the field, he's joined by 3 of his 4 children. And on perhaps his final senior night, Les Miles waves to the cheering fans at LSU. You are looking live at LSU coach Les Miles holding his Tigers back in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and now they pour onto the field. Texas A&M plays LSU in an SEC West showdown that is being overshadowed by rumors about Miles' coaching future. Reliable sources are reporting Miles is out after this game. Others are reporting that no decision has been made. Regardless, the Mad Hatter is on the sideline tonight, facing a team that has never beaten his Tigers. Good evening, everybody, and welcome with Jesse Palmer and Maria Taylor. How did we get to this point?
I think Les Miles is a victim of his own success. He set the bar so high in his first 7 years when they played in 2 national championship games. But since the 2011 season, when they lost to Alabama in the national title game, the trajectory of the program has been on the decline. Their win total in conference the last 4 years goes down each year, the last 4 seasons. They haven't been able to really develop the quarterback position the way they'd like, and of course, they've lost 5 in a row to Alabama. I think that's why he's in the hot water that he's in right now.
He's down below with Maria Taylor, so let's go to Maria.
Thanks, Brent. Coach, you faced questions about your job security all week long, but you just finished leading your team out of the tunnel for your final regular season game. What is going through your mind during this moment?
I want this team to play well. We had a flat tire in November. There's some guys that are attached to one another. They want to play for one another. It's a team, and they want more. I think it's what I want for them tonight to play.
What did you tell your team in the locker room before taking the field?
Just that. That they needed to play for the guy next to them, and we talked about it last night, and it's that's why we'll play hard.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
11 seasons at LSU, and tonight we're going to see one of his great players, Leonard Fournette, Jesse.
And I think he's the best running back in college football. And I know Derrick Henry and Christian McCaffrey and Ezekiel Elliott might be ahead of him in the Heisman race right now, but to me, this guy is the real deal. A rare combination of size, speed, and power. First 7 games of the year, he was putting that on display. 3 straight 200-yard games and put himself in the lead for the Heisman. And then they hit that flat tire that Les Miles is talking about. Alabama, Arkansas, Ole Miss. His numbers dropped significantly. A lot of youth up front on the offensive line, struggled in the blocking. They had key injuries at tight end and running back. Even still with those 3 games, he leads the nation in rushing yards per game. He's a much better running back this year as a true sophomore. It was last year against Texas A&M that he had his breakout game as a true freshman. And I think he's looking for another statement exclamation point tonight.
Up against number 15 defensive end Myles Garrett.
Yeah, and he's going to be a candidate for the Defensive Player of the Year, and his forte is rushing the passer. Leads the SEC with 10.5 sacks. But I think for Texas A&M to win tonight, he's got to be unselfish. He's going to have to make a lot of plays in the backfield, but he's going to have to eat up a lot of blocks and allow linebackers and safeties to run free to tackle Fournette.
Now, the quarterback situation may have been solidified last week by number 10, Kyle Allen.
And again, Brent, he's playing with confidence. He went through a bit of a speed bump against Alabama, Ole Miss. He really struggled, was physically banged up, got benched. But then we saw him last week against a very good Vanderbilt defense on the road. He just looked really poised. He was accurate, playing very well from the pocket, made really good decisions, and didn't turn the football over. He looked like the quarterback we saw during the first half of the season at Texas A&M. And I think tonight he's going to have to be exceptionally accurate.
LSU is on a streak. Texas A&M has never beaten LSU since joining the SEC. Coming out is Speedy Noyle, Louisiana native, and he doesn't make the best decision to start this game. So Kyle Allen, the young man from Scottsdale, Arizona, Jesse.
And he has tremendous arm talent. He will force the defense to have to defend the entire width and the entire length of the field. He should be very, very confident coming off that performance last week against Vanderbilt. And he's a guy in that game was very accurate, taking shots deep down the field. I would expect Kyle Allen tonight to continue being aggressive and really challenge this LSU secondary down the field on some long balls.
Trey Carson opens as a running back alongside Allen. Four-man Tiger rush. They open with an incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd and 10. The motion man seals Jones, the target.
I think Lewis Neal, the defensive end, got a hand up and deflected that pass. Good stop early for this LSU defense.
Christian Kirk moves over to the left slot on 2nd and 10. In his direction, double teamed, incomplete, make it 3rd down. Tre'Davious White, the defensive back.
Yeah, did an outstanding job reading the routes. Was able to sit on the route, force the incompletion. Now you've got a 3rd and 10 situation. Jake Spavital, their offensive coordinator, told me before the game on the field, he's worried about the athleticism and the pass rush that LSU has up front. They have to do a good job protecting Kyle Allen.
Aggies with a bunch formation to the right. Now he'll bring Kirk in motion again. Play action, moves off to his right and incomplete, and it's 3 and out on the opening series of the game for the Aggies. And because of field position, LSU is going to be in good shape.
3rd and long situation. Defensive coordinator Kevin Steele dials up the pressure, and Jamal Adams, the safety, involved in that. He's the one that gets the hit on Kyle Allen. A very good 3 and out to start this game for the Tiger D.
Drew Kaiser punting, and you saw Tre'Davious White back deep. Kaiser is standing on the Aggies' 2-yard line. Line drive, fielded by White at the 35. Dips back, and he makes his way to the 41-yard line. And that is where we will see Brandon Harris for the first time, Jesse.
There's no denying the talent that this true sophomore has. He's 6'3", he's big, he's got elite arm strength, and he's got the athleticism to extend plays. But in that 3-game losing skid, when the opposing defense took away the running game, Brandon Harris hasn't been able to put this offense on his shoulders. And I think there's going to be times tonight Texas A&M is going to load the box to stop Leonard Fournette. Brandon Harris is going to have to be able to take advantage of the one-on-one matchups outside.
Mouton will be the fullback, set in front of number 7, Fournette. On play action, dropped. Perfectly called and executed, and Mouton, the fullback, simply dropped it. So our LSU starters tonight, and Malachi Dupree becomes big because Trayvon Durrell is out for the season with that injured hamstring. So keep an eye out for number 15 when the Tigers go downfield.
And he's not on the field right now, Brent, which leads you to think that LSU getting set. Yeah, so maybe run the ball here on 2nd down, unbalanced formation.
Leonard Fournette is stacked up on his first carry of the game as we welcome those of you who have just joined us. You did not miss much. Texas A&M took the opening kickoff 3 and out. And now you're looking at 3rd down here for Brandon Harris and LSU. That was Fournette's first carry of the game. Derrick Henry with another huge afternoon for Alabama as the Crimson Tide rolls over Auburn.
This is exactly where Texas A&M wants to be living on defense. 3rd and long situations. Let Myles Garrett and Deshaun Hall tee off.
Harris drops it off down low to Fournette. 45. Spins at the 40 to the 36-yard line. for a first down. Safety valve pays off for Harris.
A really nice job by Harris. And his pocket presence, stepping up in the pocket. He feels the rush coming around the right side, keeps his eyes downfield, finds the check down, and that's the most dangerous check down in the country, carrying the football on Leonard Fournette.
So the starters along that offensive line, and big news here is that Gerald Hawkins, the left tackle after missing last week, has returned. And Posick, as Leonard Fournette bangs to the 15-yard line, and now they're inside that red zone.
And no secret, they are lining up in the I formation, and they are running downhill, and they are going to force Texas A&M to prove to them that they can be physical enough to stop them. And LSU's win against the Aggies last year, they ran for 384 yards. The year before that, 324 yards. So they are making their intentions clearly known tonight. We are running right at you.
Short drop, fires toward the end zone, jump ball, incomplete. Excellent coverage by Harris. Davante Harris all over Malachi Dupree in the end zone.
And Malachi Dupree is one of the best at this in the entire country. You get down in the red zone, you throw these fade routes, and he has the ability and the body control to elevate and come down with these. But a better job by Davante Harris in coverage, getting his head turned around, locating the football, minimal contact. That is outstanding bump and run man-to-man coverage.
John Chavis switched schools, now the defensive coordinator at Texas A&M. Big third down for his defense here. Harris from the gun, deflected, incomplete, and that forces a fourth down. So the first all-out deflection by Chavis's defensive front, and that brings the field goal unit onto the field for LSU.
Great job by Alonzo Williams, number 83. He knew he wasn't going to be able to get home to the quarterback, so he's got his eyes watching that release point, gets the big left paw up there, rejected, and that's going to force the field goal attempt by a very, very accurate Trent Domingue.
His holder is Brad Craigthorpe. And the 32-yarder is on the money. LSU's drive stalls in the red zone, but they do get a field goal and an early lead for Coach Les Miles here at LSU. Campbell with his second kickoff of the night. And this is Christian Kirk who's going to come out. The electric freshman. Fumble! LSU recovers. Two kickoffs, both disasters. One shy of the 20 and the other a turnover. And that fumble was recovered by Dante Jackson, a freshman defensive back.
It's the second time, Brent, that Texas A&M has caught a kickoff deep in its end zone and decided to bring it out. And the second time they've had disaster, I think that was Devin Voorhees who got in there and stripped the football out of Christian Kirk's hands. Number 35 right there. Fortuitous bounce for LSU, and here they are knocking on the door right at the 20-yard line going in.
Now sudden change, and Fournette will come out. Darius Geis will be the running back this time. And now Fournette will go out, and they'll both be on the field. So they have both of them. And Fournette will line up at the tailback spot. Play action, and they're going to bring Geis around on an end around, and he's thrown for a loss back at the 25. Excellent defense with both running backs. Chavis smelled it out. Washington makes a stop, and the defensive call was a good one.
It's a new wrinkle, something LSU hasn't shown a lot of, getting the true freshman Geis lined up outside wide, trying to catch A&M off guard. But John Chavis, defensive coordinator, good job coaching up the linebacker. Sean Washington was able to stay outside and keep contained and force the negative play.
The freshman wide receiver, number 3, goes out wide to the left. Dupree is the slot man on an obvious passing situation. So obvious that they come with number 7. Good call, Brent.
So here they are again in another 3rd and long situation. And watching the pass protection the last 3 games, especially for LSU, it has been awful. and their left tackle, Gerald Hawkins, and their right tackle, Vidal Alexander, have really struggled when defensive ends have tried to bull rush them. Here's another scenario this offense does not want to be in.
Diarce, one of the wide receivers, out to the left. Dupree stays in the slot. Fournette is the running back for protection. Line holds, goes deep, and that was Diarce, the intended target, and he overthrew him. Nick Harvey with coverage, and so again, LSU's offense stalls down, and they'll have to settle for a second field goal attempt here, Jesse.
But I think
Texas A&M's got to feel really good about what's happening.
I was just going to say, I think you've got to give this defense a ton of credit. In a sudden change situation, you fumble the kickoff return, LSU's got the ball on your doorstep, and you force a 3-and-out like that. That is a total win for John Chavis in this D.
32 the first one. This will be a 38-yarder for Domingue. He puts him up 6-0. But right now, the star for Texas A&M is John Chavis. He knows a lot about LSU's offense, and his defense has showed up, and they're proving it. There's the Chief.
Hey, Chief, what the hell are you doing? Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Great friends when John Chavis was the defensive coordinator here. And let me tell you something. Les Miles did not want to lose him. Something happened internally during negotiations. John Chavis went to Texas A&M, and he now has LSU in court. The Aggies offered to pay it off, but he said, no, LSU's wrong. I'm going to court. And so that's where we stand. John Chavis versus LSU. Here comes the third kickoff of the night, and it'll be Kirk, the freshman. Fumble again. LSU jumps on it. It might be down, however. Matt Austin ruled that the return man was down.
You know, I don't know, Brent. It was really close.
On the field as the runner's knee was down prior to losing possession. First out.
Kyle Allen and the Aggies. Carson is cut off in that backfield. There's a penalty flag. Make it 3 of them.
Personal foul, face mask, 97 defense. 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first out.
So that's LSU's first penalty of the game, and it will not be 3-and-out as the Aggies get a first down on the penalty here.
Texas A&M having their hands full a little bit up front right now with the athleticism outside and inside of LSU's athletic defensive line.
Gilmore and Herron are in there. Lockature and Godshaw started the game. So they rotate 4 of the big fellas. And there's nothing doing because of Herron, the young man from Memphis, Tennessee. And he is proving to be a load on the inside.
He's got quick twitch in him. This guy explodes out of his stance. And right now he's working right here against a true freshman left guard, Keaton Sutherland. He's here just push off the ball. It's a bad job in blocking. And there he is making the second straight play in the backfield.
On second down, play action. Allen goes deep down the far sideline, got one-on-one, and Reynolds stays with it and makes an outstanding catch at the 18-yard line against freshman Kevin Tolliver.
Texas A&M is going to take shots in the passing game, but when Kyle Allen looks out wide and he sees a one-on-one matchup for 6'4" Josh Reynolds, that time working against the true freshman cornerback Kevin Tolliver, that's where he's going with the ball. Nice throw and catch, and there's an explosive play they needed.
47 yards. Now it's Carson, just shy of the 15-yard line, hit first by Beckwith. Kendall Beckwith, one of the best linebackers of the SEC.
The red zone offense for both of these teams obviously going to be key. We've seen LSU already 0 for 2 in their opportunities, had to kick 2 field goals. A&M wasn't much better last week against Vanderbilt. 4 times they had the ball inside the 20, never came away with a touchdown. You've got to come away with 7s, especially playing here on the road in this hostile environment.
And it's second down and 13. Allen has time, fires complete, and it'll be close to a first down across the 10-yard line. Josh Reynolds, the receiver.
Nice job in pocket awareness by Kyle Allen. This is something he's really done a good job of. He's trying to work to Josh Reynolds with a crossing route underneath in zone coverage. He lets him clear Jalen Mills. Kyle Allen just kind of floated to his left, kept his eyes downfield. That's what allowed him to complete that throw.
So it will be first and goal after the Reynolds catch. And the ball is at the 8-yard line of LSU. LSU leads it by 6. Play action comes back to the left, little high and incomplete. Good coverage by White again over there on Noyle.
Yeah, this is really the game within the game right now when both of these units are on the field. Man-to-man coverage, excellent wide receivers playing against excellent DBs. The windows are extremely small for Kyle Allen to throw into. Looking for the big body curl right there to Speedy Noyle, but Tre'Davious White all over it.
Caden Smith is the H-back. Second down and goal. Reynolds has one-on-one at the top of your screen. And Allen's going to him in the end zone. Jump ball, incomplete. He had what he wanted, but Tolliver did not give ground.
Nice job by Kevin Tolliver, who just got beaten on the go route a few plays before by Reynolds here. There's definitely a little contact, but he got his head turned around to locate the football, and the referees are going to let these guys play. I like this no call right here. This is a great matchup in the secondary versus these receivers.
Third down, and there are 3 wide. Noyle has man-on-man coverage at the bottom of your screen this time. They send motion with White. Pump fake, comes to the middle, grab, and that was Seals-Jones, touchdown, and the Aggies an extra point away from taking their first lead of the night. Very, very good pattern, Jesse.
It was a great design. They sent James White, the running back, out in motion to the swing. Kyle Allen pump fakes it over to his right, and watch how it just forces Jamal Adams, Debo Jones, and those linebackers for LSU to freeze for just a second. And that opened up the window in the middle of the field for 6'5" Ricky Seals-Jones.
Taylor Bertolette for the extra point and the Aggie lead. (7-6) Aggies, and it was set up by the right arm of Kyle Allen, and Josh Reynolds with a sensational catch. 47 yards, setting up the touchdown pitch. Seals-Jones breaking free of the safety. Aggies lead it.
Well, Brent, you know, Kyle Allen is a true sophomore. This is his first trip to Death Valley, and I talked to him during warmups. He said when he walked in here, his jaw dropped and said this is exactly what college football about. And Jesse, I know you have some experiences here in Death Valley. Kyle Allen enjoying his so far.
Why did you have to bring that up, Maria? Of course, I realized from firsthand experience how hostile this place is. In '97, my true freshman year, we came in here with the Florida Gators, #1 team in the country, walked out of here with a loss.
Kick field at the goal by Geis. Geis breaks a couple of tackles, battles his way out to the 22-yard line. First down and 10. And Fournette again out to the 41-yard line. Strong first down run. Terrific effort by number 7. He'll be back in Baton Rouge next year, no matter who the coach is.
You just watch him run. It just looks like he's running angry, running with a purpose. He's a violent runner that looks to punish defenders that get in his way, and it is important. Texas A&M, they get 11 hats to the football and gang tackle. It is very seldom the first guy brings Leonard Fournette down.
She hands it off to number 7, spins away from a defender, and comes across to the 43-yard line. Short of the first down, however. It's going to be third down, so Myles Garrett comes back on the field defensively on third down, along with Deshaun Hall. So there is number 15. He gets ready here on this 3rd and 5. If they're going to elect to pass, they want to see if they can shake Garrett loose on him. Geis is going to be the running back. Geis eyeing 15, helps out on the block, gave him enough time to throw for the first down. Forward progress. Malachi Dupree.
Yeah, Malachi Dupree doing a nice job. Big 3rd down conversion, big completion for Brandon Harris.
It's been quite a week and quite a night for head coach Les Miles. But the Aggies lead it 7-6. SEC prime time, focusing on LSU head coach Les Miles with all the rumors swirling. Update from Gainesville. Florida State kicks a field goal. They lead Florida 3-0. That's in the first half of that game. And Shaquille O'Neal is here tonight. Jesse, I did some great college basketball games right here when he was playing for the Tigers.
He must have been special. He makes all those cheerleaders look like they're 4 feet tall. Oh, wait, they are 4 feet tall.
So here we go. The Tigers on the move right now. And Fournette back in as the running back. He'll get the carry. Not doing. He's battling his way, and he made the most of it, folks. He was cut off and got to that sideline and was able to hold his own, but the Aggies had him outnumbered early.
I just think a place they've really struggled running it, especially in the last couple of weeks, has been the outside runs. And I think the guy they missed the most is tight end Dylan Gordon. He was like a 6th offensive lineman. He was 310 pounds, and he was able to set the edge for Leonard Fournette. They had so much more success running outside the tackles through the first half of the season before Dylan Gordon's injury.
Harris checks with the sideline. Here comes the blitz. Fournette running away from it, breaks free. And that's why Leonard Fournette is one of the best in college football. That was a marvelous run.
We talked about Richard Moore being undersized at 6 feet, 215 pounds. He's going to get one-on-one with Leonard Fournette right at the point of attack. Only a true freshman, and he just got indoctrinated right there.
And the Aggies were concerned about that coming into this game because of the young man's size. Geis is back on the field. Diar's through the formation. Geis gets the carry. And he's to about the 9-yard line with Mack making the stop. Yeah, 23-yard run by Leonard Fournette gets them into that red zone and within striking distance here of regaining the lead. They have been unable to score a touchdown. So here they are threatening to score 6 for the 3rd time in this game.
And LSU wants to run the ball down in this scenario. It's hard to throw in the red zone when the windows are constricted. They shrink a lot faster. The best red zone offenses in the country are the ones that can run the football. And you see again, LSU, I formation, downhill.
Quick check of the sideline. Geis has a hole, and he's tackled at the 4-yard line, where it looks like it'll be first to go. Watts saved the touchdown.
Yeah, they've got a good running back in Leonard Fournette. They've got another really good one in true freshman Darius Geis. He's a big guy, 5'11", 220 pounds, and he's got wiggle and patience. He can set blocks up and hurt you, and he's from here in Baton Rouge. Now he's getting the breather, and Leonard Fournette comes back on.
He did not get to that first down marker. Okay, so this is going to be a 3rd down.
You got to imagine there's no mystery here. Quick huddle, expect number 7.
Mouton, the lead blocker, and not going to get it. Everybody in the stadium and 11 Aggies ready for that. Washington hit him first.
And give A&M credit for getting lined up quickly. That time, LSU tried to surprise them with the quick huddle and the quick snap. Texas A&M got in their 3-point stance and fired off the football.
Miles and the Tigers can't keep settling for field goals. I know that this is the proper thing to do on 4th and 5, but this is the 3rd time that they've threatened, and each time Domang comes on. The 25-yard attempt. Clank, no good. Big uplift for the Aggies. Now 2 of 3.
And that's not what you expect from Domang coming into the game, the 2nd most accurate kicker in the country. He just pulls this one off the left upright.
Let's see what Kevin Sumlin elects to do with the final 44 seconds, and the quarterback is shaken up a little bit. This is 1st down and 10, and Kevin's going to say, let's go airborne. And in trouble, he slides down to the 36. And for more on Kyle, let's go down below to Maria.
Well, Brent, we saw Kyle Allen get shaken up after the sack. He came over to the sidelines, did a couple of high knees, was really testing out his knee and that leg, but he walked right over to Spavital, told him that he was good to go after seeing whether or not he felt good about his leg.
Final 20 seconds, and then we'll get a good halftime break here. In trouble. Steps up. Left side. And incomplete. So final 8 seconds now coming up.
Yeah, we go back and take a look at Kyle Allen when he got hurt on that fumble. And again, it was Kendall Beckwith blitzing off the outside. He kind of comes up, makes the hit, and falls on that right leg. Kyle Allen stayed on the ground, grabbing that ankle for a while. But this is really, really good news for Texas A&M, I think, and their chances to win this game. Against this secondary, you need a guy that can be able to throw the football into tight windows. Kyle Allen gives them that chance.
And they're going to run out the final seconds of the 1st half with Trey Carson. And a timeout has been called.
LSU.
So LSU with 1 second remaining.
Be a 30-second timeout.
And they want to block it. You can read Les Miles' lips. They're going to come after that punt, but why would you just snap it and take it in?
Yeah, exactly.
Why would you even bother with your punter?
Texas A&M wants, they can just turn around and hand it off, or in the shotgun, just take a knee. It's the end of the half. Yeah. And that's why you see Kyle Allen's out on the field right now. They're not going to risk punting the football and getting it blocked.
No, of course not. They'll go to basically victory formation in the 1st half, if you will. They've got a safety standing back on the 30-yard line. Ed Orgeron trying to get his burly defensive lineman to get in there and stir it up. And there he runs back, takes a knee. Well done. So a couple of field goals for LSU. 3 red zone trips. No touchdowns. And after that fumble kickoff, the Aggies and Kevin Sumlin held them to 3 points. Kyle Allen with that 8-yard tee. Let's go down to Maria with Les Miles. Maria?
Coach, you've had to settle for 4 field goals in the 1st half. What's kept you out of the end zone?
Yeah, we're not converting in the red zone for touchdowns. Certainly, we're got a couple 3 opportunities. The field goal, certainly the one that we missed, is not what we wanted.
How do you build more of a rhythm in the passing game in the 2nd half?
Well, we need to just throw the ball more accurately. I mean, in the passing game, and in the running game, I think we're moving the football. We use the right menu. We'll be fine.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
All right, Maria, thank you very much. Texas A&M 7, LSU 6. Now let's send you to the Regions Bank halftime report. Here's Dari Noka. Take it away, Dari. So Les Miles has led his Tigers out onto the field for the 2nd half, and everyone wondering if this will be his last half as head coach of the LSU Tigers. And Jesse, the one thing that Les needs more than anything is just a little offense here.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You got to find a way to be balanced somehow. So far, it's been a lot of running, a lot of Leonard Fournette, but Brandon Harris's inaccuracy has really hurt this offense. It's really strange right now that LSU is winning the turnover battle 2-0, yet they're losing the game. And really, the offense we've seen in this game so far, of course, came from Texas A&M on one long drive, led by Kyle Allen. It was a 7-play, 80-yard drive. Started with this bomb to Josh Reynolds down the sidelines. They later came back to him and again in a shallow cross. Nice job by Kyle Allen, moving to his left, and then finally they fake the swing to running back White in the flat, and they hit Ricky Seals-Jones. Aside from that, LSU's defense has been really solid. They forced 3 punts. They got a fumble recovery in their own red zone. We have got a defensive war here in Tiger Stadium tonight.
So Leonard Fournette rushed for 99 yards. He has 99 of LSU's 156 yards in the first half. LSU deferring after winning the coin toss. So Fournette and the Tigers will get it first. And Geis is back deep for Bertolet. So the 12th man, Sam Miller, is ready to come down the field. Geis from the goal line. Splits an alley and breaks free at the 35. Sensational return. The young man won't go down, won't be denied. One of the great runs of the season.
Geis got 2 phenomenal blocks on the left-hand side of the screen that allowed him the cutback opportunity right there. And after that, it's all number 5, the true freshman, breaking tackles. And this is just solid will. Bad tackling by Texas A&M on a running back that weighs 222 pounds.
And the kicker finally has to get him, Jesse.
Yeah.
Bertolet saved a touchdown.
And you can see why this guy was the 8th-ranked running back coming out of high school right here in Baton Rouge, coming up with a huge play on special teams to start the second half.
A 75-yard return, trailing by a point, puts the ball at the Aggies' 25-yard line. The young man from right nearby, he could probably walk to this stadium. He grew up right here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And here comes Fournette on the first carry. So it'll be second down and long as Richard Moore makes a stop.
And you just got to capitalize in this situation if you're Brandon Harris and you're LSU. Really, for the entire game, LSU's had great field possession, especially to start drives. But it's down in these areas in the red zone where they've had their biggest difficulties. Got to find a way to make a play and get on the board, but come away with a touchdown here.
Draw play, Fournette, and not much doing, and that's going to be third and long coming up here.
Now, you've struggled all game in the first half if you're quarterback Brandon Harris. You're 4-17 in this game so far, but you're in field goal range right now, and certainly you're anxious and you're eager to make a big throw, but you got to be careful with your decision making. In a defensive game like this, you got to be very careful right now. Do not take a sack. Do not force this football into coverage. You want to give Trent Domingue an opportunity to take the lead.
Smith checks in at tight end, number 89. He had the big catch in the first half. He was on the right side of the formation, and now Harris is going to go down in the arms of Myles Garrett.
Nice job by Texas A&M. They got Myles Garrett, the best pass rusher in the SEC, lined up right here on the inside, and he's working against the true freshman Maya Tahuma. One-on-one pass rush, and it's no contest, but that's what Brandon Harris could not do. You have to have the clock going off in your head. If you feel anything, any pressure, throw the football away and save the yardage.
Domingue with a 46-yard field goal attempt. Leaves it out to the right. And he's missed 3 in a row now after hitting his first 2. 2 of 5. The Aggies' 1-point lead holds. And again, LSU can't cash in after a brilliant 75-yard kickoff return to start the half. Maria Taylor, I know you spoke with Kevin Sumlin there at the intermission.
Yeah, Brennan, we just saw Texas A&M's defense force the Tigers into their 5th field goal attempt. Kevin Sumlin says he likes the way that his defense is playing, but he knows that in order to create separation in this game, they're going to have to finish drives offensively. He says he likes the one-on-one battles that they have on the perimeter. They're going to look to be aggressive and take shots throughout the second half. And he joked about Leonard Fournette. He said, yeah, we might be containing him now, but he is not really soothed by that. It's another second half where they'll have to handle the running back.
Well, the kickoff return put Fournette at the 25-yard line, and now the Aggies take over at the 29. LSU's offense goes in reverse. Carson and White will open up the second half, and White motions out. That led to their touchdown pass in the first half, and then they run Carson up the middle, and he reaches the 45-yard line for a first down.
And they need to get him going. He was held to about 2 yards a carry in the first half, but it's critical that they're able to get positive yardage early in drives to set up third and manageable and help this offensive line and quarterback Kyle Allen out.
They give Carson another chance, and he battles his way out to the 46-yard line. It'll be a second down.
And he's a workhorse. The Oregon transfer, 6 feet tall, 235 pounds. He can wear a defense down, and he's a guy that can carry the rock a lot. You knew he would have to this year. They had a running back, Trey Williams, last season go early to the NFL. They moved their other quarterback, or running back, Brandon Williams, to cornerback. So number 5, Carson's had a big workload all season.
Here comes White. Cut back. And battling, we'll see where forward progress is going to be marked. The line judge has it close to that first down mark.
They've got a center in Mike Matthews, who might be a little bit undersized at 6'2", 290 pounds, but he makes up for that with his athleticism. He did a phenomenal job pulling on that last play. Right here in the middle, going to come out wide and get some blocks up into the second level. They like to use angles in the blocking scheme. Really nice job here early running the football in the second half for the Aggies.
So the chains move. And again, the Aggies are sticking with the 2 running backs. So Kevin Sumlin and Jake Spavital make an adjustment and decide to use the 2 together. They motion White out, and they bring an end around off a lateral, trying to influence. This is Kirk, steps to the 35 and out of bounds, picking up what appeared to be another first down for the Aggies, but it was all influence, and White went in motion, and then Kyle Allen moved in that direction.
And I love the play call by Jake Spavital. Again, find creative ways to get Kirk the ball. He only had 1 touch in the first half. It was an explosive play. Hand it off to him, throw it to him, whatever you got to do.
Bump and run on Noyle off to the left. Again, White motions out as an added receiver, and it'll be Carson pounding behind the right side of the line. So this adjustment, Jesse, of using both these running backs is paying a huge dividend for the Aggies right now.
Yeah, and I think A&M's been a better running team this year, and a big reason why. Jake Spavital, offensive coordinator, but they also got Dave Christensen over from Utah to help out in the run game, and he's a guy that tweaks some of the mechanics of the offensive line. He gets the guards in 3-point stances. He's been really good in multiple runs. Downhill with running backs. You see Christensen right there. Factored in some quarterback runs as well.
Yeah, they've reduced 4 wide receivers to 3. And here comes White cutting back again. And he's finding daylight with that play. Beckwith, leading tackler at LSU, makes the stop.
Now, a problem Texas A&M has had tonight is pass protection. They've had an issue blocking the defensive ends from LSU. Arden Key, number 49, the true freshman. Lewis Neal, number 92. They've been winning against the tackles by Texas A&M. Here's a scenario. A&M has to give Allen time.
Now they do give him the 4 receiver package as they change up offensively and leave White in as the single running back on this 3rd down. Allen couldn't find a receiver. Now he is forced to throw it high, and it was almost caught over there on that far side by James White, who had slipped out of the backfield. But It's a 4th down and long, and good defense.
Yeah, and Kyle Allen's lucky he didn't get sacked here. He was lucky to get out of this, because if he does, they're definitely out of field goal range. He just buys the time and tries for the shot, but really good coverage by their will linebacker, Debo Jones. Almost was intercepted.
So here comes Bertolette. See if he can tack on. Another one of those long ones this year. Hit that 55-yarder. Now he'll try to make a 54-yarder. Off to the right, missed it. So our 1-point tussle in Baton Rouge continues. Senior night, Coach Les Miles out. There were 15 seniors who were introduced, playing their final game here at Tiger Stadium. Great experience through the years, and there is Les Miles' wife there in the white, and his family just right next to us. And these things are so hard on families when coaches and coaching staffs, we tend to forget how families are disrupted and assistants have to look for jobs and things of that nature, as Leonard Fournette, who has another 100-yard game. I want to point out a couple of things. Under Les Miles, LSU has never lost 2 straight games in Tiger Stadium. That's in 11 years. But he lost his last home game to Arkansas. Now he trails this one. And at night, LSU is 48-6 under Miles. And one of those came on a Monday night versus Tennessee. 2 of those night games came against top-ranked teams, Florida in 09 and Alabama in 12, as Harris and a first down pass to Dupree.
That time, a phenomenal throw, accurate and on time into a small window for Malachi Dupree to catch. It's a curl route working to his left side. There's the velocity, puts it on the inside shoulder, away from the defender, and on time. Just kind of wonder if some throws like that, a couple of completions, could get Brandon Harris's confidence going, get him into a little bit of a rhythm, and help this stagnant offense out.
So they're going to use Darius Geis and Leonard Fournette. They have first down right near midfield here, trailing by a point. And they'll give it to Geis coming around the left side. Daylight. He had a great kickoff return. Put it on the board. 50 yards after a 75-yard kickoff return that led to nothing. Geis said, we'll leave nothing to chance this time. I'm taking it to the house.
LSU's going to lose Leonard Fournette after next year, but they've got another really good running back waiting in the wings. What a nice designed reverse by offensive coordinator Cam Cameron, getting the true freshman running back out in space.
Domingue tacks on the extra point. Lead it by 6. Darius Geis went to nearby Catholic High School here in Baton Rouge. What a moment for his family and his friends who are watching. Who's out on the coverage team? Darius Geis. You know, he was the freshman of the week against South Carolina. He shattered career highs for freshmen. He had 16 carries for 161 yards and a touchdown. He averaged 10 yards a carry. And he is explosive.
Great job of misdirection. They're going to fake the handoff to Fournette up the middle. That takes 1, 2, 3 defenders to the fake. And here's Geis on the outside running the reverse. They were completely able to outflank Texas A&M. They got a great block by a true freshman tight end, Foster Moreau. And there's the other sensational true freshman, Darius Geis, doing the rest. And the Miles family loves it.
Sort of loosened up the atmosphere, didn't it, with this crowd. Tiger fans, some of the most faithful in college football, jump back into it. And here's Christian Kirk and another electrifying freshman. He was cut off 4 yards short of the 20-yard line. Hit by Lewis, a linebacker. And they run at a big hole for Trey Carson. And the LSU bench was really celebrating, Maria.
Yes, and you mentioned the atmosphere, Brent, being loosened up, but now the team is communicating again. It was getting eerie here on the sidelines with everyone's heads down. Completely changed the mood after that rushing touchdown by Gus.
Kyle Allen slips a defender and had one-on-one over there, but terrific coverage that time. Lewis Neal was coming at him, but Jalen Mills had the receiver on that far side, and he gave away nothing. That's the guy that you really like.
Yeah, I love Jalen Mills. But, Brent, I can't say enough about Texas A&M's defense in this game. We just saw them come away with a turnover, but in sudden change situations, after they fumbled a kickoff return, the opening kickoff of this half, they were put in precarious scenarios. They've only given up 3 points in sudden change like that. John Chavis's group playing lights out.
2nd down and 10. They have 4 wide receivers for Kyle Allen. And they decide to run it with Carson. And he crosses the 40-yard line. This will be 3rd and long. Jones again.
And Frank Herron that time broke into the backfield again for LSU. Big number 97. Texas A&M has their hands full with this unit. And right now, substituting on 3rd down, they got Kendall Beckwith. Normally plays linebacker. He's back up here at defensive end. We saw him force a fumble on a pass rush earlier in the game.
Press coverage on the outside. Allen fires far side, and it is complete for a 1st down to Christian Kirk.
That is a really, really good throw by Kyle Allen. It's just too good. You're in the pocket. The pass rush is bearing down on you. Man-to-man coverage. There's only one place you can put this. Low and away. Away from the defender. That's exactly where he puts it. Christian Kirk pays it off.
Carson. And he comes across the 45-yard line.
The biggest advantage having Kyle Allen back in the lineup is that this offense just has more volume. They're more multiple in their pass games and their formations because Kyle Allen has familiarity. 2nd year in the system, he knows the checks, the line of scrimmage. He can change routes on the fly. It's just something they didn't have when Kyler Murray was playing as a true freshman.
Now White is alongside Carson and the quarterback. No way. Very big time play by Frank Herron again. Very active defensive lineman, young man from Memphis.
Another 3rd and long situation. Texas A&M having to respond here offensively. They got a little bit of a drive going. Jake Spavital, he's trying to find and dial up the one-on-one matchup for Kyle Allen to take advantage of. Big question, though, does Kyle Allen have enough time against this front 7 from LSU?
Four-man rush, and Allen goes down at midfield, and the Aggies are forced to punt, and that was, again, terrific defense. Key, a freshman, was in on that play.
Yeah, and this wasn't a good deal for Texas A&M. They've got Lewis Neal coming over here, and you've got James White at running back, much smaller, that has to try and block him. No one touches Neal. White completely whiffs. Kyle Allen, bad ball security, holding that football like a loaf of bread. He's got to be careful here right there. That could have been a fumble.
So 3 sacks on 3rd down, as here is the punt with White. Oh. That's pretty easy right there, folks.
And that's kick-catch interference.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, after the penalty, it'll be Fournette to the 20-yard line, and Dayton Mack makes the stop on Fournette, who has a 100-yard game he's working on. Geis, of course, with a 52-yard game. He bolted for the touchdown as LSU takes the lead in the 3rd quarter. Still to come, the money quarter. LSU 13, Texas A&M 7. And here, LSU sees the lead in the third quarter. And now they will come out with a second down. Second down and 3. First down run by Leonard Fournette to the 40-yard line. So there's the first 7 games when they averaged almost 39, but then it got really tough. And the offense produced only 15.7 points a game.
They played 3 very physical front sevens in a row in Alabama, Arkansas, and Ole Miss. And when they couldn't run the football, this offense was stranded. Now, their best game balance-wise was against Florida in a very good defense. And that was the game, to me, that was the best I've seen Brandon Harris play. But they haven't had that consistent play at QB.
Here comes Geis. He's out to the 46-yard line. He's been the star with that breakaway touchdown. Returned a kickoff 75 yards, and then he takes it to the house with 50.
Brent, I think in the big picture, I think a lot of the criticism for Les Miles has been the inability of LSU to develop quarterbacks. Really, ever since the 2007 National Championship, with the exception of Zach Mettenberger, they've had subpar play at the QB position year in, year out. There are programs around the country that replace guys with high-level QBs, and LSU just hasn't been able to do that.
Second down and 4. Here comes Carson. First down, another terrific run by Geis. So let's go back to the Alabama story. 9-6 in Tuscaloosa, but then in the championship game, shut out. They haven't won since. It's 5 consecutive losses to Alabama. That has the natives restless. First down and 10 for the Tigers. And I think I got my 5s confused there just a minute. Certainly that was Darius Geis, ball carrier. He's had a great night. Fournette is back in as the tailback. Into the middle, breaking free. You know, Jesse, the one thing that great running backs always seem to have, as the game wears on, they get stronger and stronger, and we're seeing that tonight with number 7.
That's definitely not a problem for Leonard Fournette, who already has 25 carries. He's a workhorse, and he just, you're right, doesn't lose any steam. He's a guy that can truly wear an opposing defense down, and it's amazing to me to see how much better he's gotten in year 2 in college football. There were a lot of people last year that looked at him and questioned whether he should have been the #1 high school athlete coming out. Well, they found out this year this guy's the real deal, and he's only going to get better.
Second down and 2, and here's Fournette. Reaching for another first down, and this is a quality drive right now. Brandon Harris at quarterback. Geis and Fournette, the running backs.
And, you know, there, I think Fournette thought he should have got a face mask call. It looked like there was a defender jumping over top. It hit him. It was Claude George. Anyways, it's a classic LSU drive. Right now, you see the tempo. They're slowing it down, milking the clock. They're going to try and suffocate Texas A&M. Run the ball as Cam Cameron looks on.
He's the one standing.
Yep. And they're just going to keep this on the ground, try and take as much clock off as they can.
Geis. Well, I'll tell you, the first man just does not bring LSU's number 5 down.
But they need to stop desperately here, because even if LSU, if they can get a couple more yards and get in field goal range, make this thing 16-7, well, now it's no longer a one-possession game. There's not going to be a lot of clock left for Kyle Allen to try and bring his offense back. So it's critical right now. At this point, you can't concede very many more yards if you're A&M.
Second down and 10. Too tight. Toss. And it's Geis. to the 29-yard line. And now Fournette will check back in.
It's the only offense I see where they toss the ball to the running back on inside runs. It allows the back to get the ball in his hands deep in the backfield. He can then get his eyes up at the line of scrimmage and find the hole. It's been a staple of the Les Miles running game for years here at LSU.
So it is 3rd down and 11 for Harris. Swing, Fournette, 30, 25, 1st down, red zone.
Love the play call, and they got a pick on this play. They're swinging it out wide to Leonard Fournette. There's a linebacker trying to get outside to make the tackle, and he ran into a wide receiver on his route. Ran into John Diarse, and that gave Leonard Fournette a whole lot of green grass.
17 yards. He's got 4 passes for 43 yards to go with his 140 yards rushing. The tailback for LSU, and here comes number 7 again. And he blasts his way across that 15-yard line as a penalty flag comes down.
There was some extracurricular activity late in the play. William Clapp was laid in on a pile making a block, and I think an A&M defender may have retaliated.
Dead ball, personal foul, number 5 of the defense. Penalties half the distance to goal, automatic 1st down.
That's Mack.
So he's at the bottom of the pile. You're going to see number 64, freshman William Clapp, come into this play really, really late. And he gets a block. And I think it was on Mack, and Mack ended up being on the ground.
There's 12 men out there. Coach wanted him off the field.
Take a look at this, Brent. Look at 64 up here. He kind of comes in late, and there's Mack. He just kind of pushes him and shoves him. It wasn't really anything crazy vicious. And I don't know. You get 15 yards for that. That's weak to me.
So Geis checks in. He picks his way, but just too many Aggies. And it'll be 2nd down and goal.
I just wonder if you're Texas A&M and you start thinking about using some timeouts here to preserve the clock and count on your defense to force a field goal try. Even if you do, it's still a 9-point game. Kevin Sumlin and his team right now, they're in a tough predicament.
2nd and goal. LSU has not scored a touchdown, remember, when they've been in the red zone. They had a 50-yard strike for their score. Here's Fournette. He's stopped at the 5-yard line, make it 3rd down and goal now. And if the Aggies stop him here again in the red zone, then they will have to settle for a field goal. He's got to put it on 9. He can't gamble on 4th down if they get stopped by the Aggies.
No, I think they got to run the ball and try and keep it in the middle of the field.
Chavis ready to dial up a play against his buddy.
I don't think there's any reason to expect why Leonard Fournette wouldn't carry the football right here on 3rd down. You want to bleed as much time off the clock as you can if you're LSU. Put it in the hands of the best running back in the country.
Derrick Henry begs to differ, but that's a different story. Good call, Jesse. And Les wants to know what they're throwing in. I want to know, it looked like the referee's yellow flags or kerchiefs were coming down in the end zone.
Yeah, they look like there's about 20 flags thrown. But how about that? In this 4th quarter, LSU and their physicality and ability to run the ball is just taken over completely that time. Right guard William Clapp pulling. They got a great block from their fullback Mouton. Springs Leonard Fournette into the end zone. Gives LSU a huge cushion.
They go 80 yards in 13 plays.
They're going to go for 2, Brent.
8:05. Fournette is here for the 2-point conversion. Don't think so. And a penalty flag comes flying.
Holding, offense 74. That penalty's declined. The play count is no good.
A lot of love. He's a very, very popular member. As Leonard Fournette, having scored that touchdown again. 18 touchdowns. You can see what Fournette did, breaking the rushing record of the great Charles Alexander and Jeremy Hill. How about his performance with the Cincinnati Bengals right now? And he's within 1 touchdown of tying the LSU single season record that was set by Brandon Tofield back in 2001. So the records are falling around the legs.
There's more to fall. He's coming back for another year.
Indeed. Christian Kirk is back deep. And it's fielded on the 7-yard line by the young man. And he's just shy of the 25-yard line. So here is the all-time rushing leader for LSU, busting into the end zone to make it 19-7. And Les loves it. And Seals Jones just shy of that first down. Mills makes another defensive play for LSU. They're into the hurry up. The final 2 minutes. Kyle Allen tried to drive them. On the move. Now he hits the freshman coming across. He thought about it earlier, and then Kirk continued across the field, and Kyle hit him, and Jake Spavital trying to quickly get the plays into his quarterback.
It's really important LSU and their DBs tackle the catch. You cannot allow this group of athletes at wide receiver to get extra yards after the catch.
Key checks back in to that defensive front. LSU rushes 5, and they get to the quarterback, who has to throw it away.
Fans want intentional grounding, but I think Kyle Allen.
There's no foul for intentional grounding. The quarterback was outside the pocket and threw the ball beyond the previous spot.
So I was going to say, just barely got himself outside the pocket that time. This pass rush all night for LSU has been in the backfield and been in Kyle Allen's face. He has not had a lot of time at all tonight to operate.
2nd down and 15. Out of bounds is Noel, and that'll stop the clock at 1:33.
Time of the essence. Obviously, you need 2 touchdowns if you're Texas A&M here. So you're thinking score, onside kick, score. Still, with this wide receiving group, that's not impossible. It's the best starting 4 wide receivers, I think, in the SEC.
Reynolds. My goodness. Jackson. What a play. What a play by Jackson, the freshman.
This is just tremendous coverage in a one-on-one situation on a 50-50 ball. It's just who wants it more. There's a little tug of the jersey, but he's able to swat the ball away with his right hand. And how about the concentration going to the ground? And it's important to remember, Dante Jackson has spent some time playing wide receiver on offense this year. He was recruited out of high school as an athlete. He's got tremendous ball skills. Another one of these young, outstanding true freshmen. We've talked a lot about Geis on offense. How about that play right there by Dante Jackson?
The 3rd Aggie turnover of this game. 1:26, backed up in the shadow of their own end zone. Brandon Harris and Fournette go to work on the clock. Hand off to Fournette. Forward progress. Marked out by the
Texas A&M.
5-yard line.
Second timeout of
So
the
the
half.
Aggies quickly burn their second timeout. So no doubt in the next couple of days we will find out the fate of that man, Les Miles. One thing really stands out to me, and Shaquille O'Neal referred to it. You got to read all these articles that your job's in jeopardy. The administration at no time came out and said, Les Miles under contract, he's our coach, he will be our coach next year. That's what is really leading to the speculation.
I think the thing that's most impressive to me then is the way that he's been able to keep his head down along with this coaching staff and these players and just go to work. It could be something if a player's so distracting when you don't know what the future is of your head coach and you wonder what his headspace is, what his motivation is, if he's already thrown the towel in. But Les Miles told us yesterday, every single day this week, he came to the football offices with one goal in mind, to beat Texas A&M. I think his coaching staff and his players have followed suit.
3rd and 9, there's that pitch to Fournette. And he is short of the first down, so they will be forced to punt it away with a minute left as Justin Evans. Jesse, I'm going to say again what I said to Paul Feinbaum.
Timeout of the half. It'll be a 30-second timeout.
If he is let go by LSU, he will stay unemployed for about 2 hours if he wants to jump back. And I will tell you, folks, in the next couple of days, coaching chaos is about to set in college football. So many jobs are open or will open. We haven't seen anything yet.
But this is the job. And I know right now people kind of look out there and they look at USC and they look at Miami as great jobs. And those are great jobs, no doubt about it. But this one right here with what you can recruit, the prestige surrounding it, this is one that a lot of head coaches around the country would love to have.
Jamie Keene with Christian Kirk. And a short kick. This is going to give Texas A&M the ball at the LSU 30-yard line. A young man from Australia with a 16-yard punt. Need a quick strike. 4 receivers spread across the field. Allen hasn't had much time, and the secondary's done a job, and it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Nowhere to go with the football. You see
down again.
Yeah, he took a huge shot from Debo Jones.
You see Hubenek there with Spavital. We're going to bring him in.
He's a guy that played at Oklahoma State, transferred to Blinn College. That's where Cam Newton played in junior college before he went to Auburn. This is a guy that has a quick release. He's played some snaps this year, relief duty.
Bulletin. Stanford eliminates Notre Dame on a last-second field goal on the West Coast. The door swings wider and wider for Oklahoma in the winner of the Big Ten. Incomplete. The Big Ten championship will be played next week, Michigan State and Iowa. And you would think that the winner of that game certainly would get a bid. Meanwhile, the Gators are struggling, and they'll go to the championship game against Alabama. If Alabama wins that, and they will be a double-digit favorite, with Florida struggling here down the stretch. Alabama will certainly be in. Clemson will play North Carolina. Incomplete.
Coverage has just been too good all night long for LSU. The DBs, the secondary, they've won the most critical matchup on the field tonight against the receivers from Texas A&M.
Could be the last play of the game for the Aggies. And as a member of the SEC, Texas A&M still has never beaten LSU. And for Les Miles in what could be his last game in Baton Rouge, we'll await word on that next week. How sweet it is. Rallying in the 3rd quarter.
what's impressive is it's a team that could have completely folded. I mean, we talked about it. Just a couple weeks ago, they're the number 2 team in the country, 7-0. They had the Heisman front runner, lost 3 games by double digits in a row. First time that's happened here since 1966. Speculation surrounding the future of Les Miles, and yet the coaching staff, the team, the fans came out here to support him. The team responded. It's an impressive win.
The Les Miles victory formation. There have been a lot of victories through the years here in Baton Rouge and elsewhere. None sweeter than this one for Les Miles.
We're moving out of the way now, guys. Thank you. We got it. I got it.
Yes, indeed, what I expected. Les Miles carried off the field by his players following a hard-earned 19-7 victory in what could be the last time he exits Tiger Stadium as head coach, a man well loved by fans and players and media. And all the times that I have dealt with Les Miles, and Jesse, I think you join me, he's been a man of enormous class, great wit, and it's been just terrific covering his LSU football team.
No doubt about it.
Maria Taylor down below with the coach. Maria?
This team's going to be fixing the same.
Coach, you just got off the shoulders of your team. Tell me what this moment feels like for you.
It's great. I love this team. Great young men. They fought like hell. I'm going to have to sing alma mater now. I'm sorry. The molder of mankind, may greater glory, love unending, be forever thine. Our worth in life will be thy worth. We pray to keep it true. And may the Spirit live in us forever as Now, I can talk to you.
Are you done?
We still got him. And a beautiful singing voice you have, Coach. Tell me what was required of your team in order to block out all distractions, negativity, and speculation in this
Some
matchup.
pretty special guys, because you know what, with social media and the whatnot, you cannot build a wall around them, okay? They had to deal with social media. They had to hear how this and that, and you know what? They came to work, they practiced their butt off, and you want to tell you something? It was a pretty special night for all of us.
Well, we keep hearing your name being cheered from the stands. You had to tip your hat earlier today. What does it mean to hear this support?
I have always loved this place. It's nice to be reviewed.
All right, with the win at the end of the regular season, what is your take on your future here at LSU, Coach?
I have no idea. The only thing I can tell you is that I have enjoyed coaching this team. These are quality men, and I'm very proud.
The guy who just came up next to you, you were able to hand him a ball that said that he set the single game rushing record or season.
Eighth thing, he earned it, and let me tell you what, it's a nice offensive line and a quality offense that helped along the way. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
You bet you bet.
What was that moment like when Coach was handing you the ball and you broke the record down in this season, Leonard?
First of all, I thank God. Without him, we're nothing. And the season, God doesn't make one mistake. Everything happened for a reason. And the game plan, just play together as a team. And, a lot of adversity was going on through these last 3 weeks. And Coach Miles came to talk to us, and I told him as a team, as a unit, that we got his back no matter what.
As players, what were you guys talking about in the locker room? You obviously planned to put him on your shoulders at the end of this game. How did you want to show your support for him today?
Like I said, without him, none of us would be here. He signed those papers on signing day to give us a scholarship. And each and every day, you know, we look at this man in his eyes every day. You know, he's like our father and / our brother. So we go to war for him anytime, any day.
And what do you have to say to your team, Coach? It's the end of the regular season, the final message that you have for them as you walk out of Tiger Stadium.
Well, they probably just earned themselves a little bit better bowl trip, an opportunity at another victory. And, you know, we had one canceled on us. This really has the potential to be a 10-win season in another time.
Well, thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it, guys.
Quality men. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful, Maria. Les Miles singing the alma mater. That'll reverberate. But a second-half rally gives LSU a 19-7 victory over Texas A&M. Jesse Palmer, Maria Taylor, I'm Brent Musburger. So long from Baton Rouge. Now let's go to the studio and Dari Noka. Dari.